What's up, YouTube? This your boy Big Boy Faction, and I got a special video that I want to do for you guys tonight. This is the title of the video is called "Why is Kobe Bryant the greatest of all time?" You guys new, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, helps the YouTube algorithm, and let's get started. When it comes to ranking the top 10 player of all time, at least a few players will feel like they are disrespected by not being mentioned. After all, it is extremely difficult to choose choose 10 very best players out of the elite 20 who feel they have a shot. It is quite while it is quite undisputed that Michael Jordan is the #1 greatest player to ever play, things get tricky as we go down the list. Will has the record, Kareem has the longevity, and LeBron is the most recent all-time great that is still playing. As a result, these guys feel they have a shot, but one name is often disrespected, and that is Kobe Bryant. Kobe is the coolest thing to Michael Jordan that we ever seen, and that should mean that Kobe should follow MJ in the pecking order. Kobe has the rings, the postseason success, the number, and the overall skill that pass the eye test. Here are the reasons why Kobe is the greatest player of all time. #1, 5 rings and 7 final appearances. It says Kobe has some amazing achievements in his career, including a legendary 81-point performance and countless game-winning baskets that provide iconic moment in NBA history. But perhaps the greatest achievement in Kobe's career are his 5 NBA titles. When comparing to the like of another Laker legend and Magic Johnson, Kobe's 5 rings and 7 appearances Magic 5 and 9 appearances. Not to mention Kobe has won more rings than LeBron James and Larry Bird. Even though Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has 6 rings, he's won 5 with Magic and had a stacked squad with the likes of Finals MVP James Worthy on the team. Kobe Bryant had the great Shaquille O'Neal, but he was the closer for the team and unguardable, just as important as Shaq for winning 3 NBA titles. Not to mention Kobe managed to take down a super team, Boston Celtics, featuring a young Rajon Rondo, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett, with Paul Gasol and Andre Bryant by his side. Second, he never left the Lakers. Another big mark in Kobe's career that he deserves credit for is sticking with one franchise for his entire career and delivering 5 NBA titles to the Lakers. Imagine if Kobe decides to join force with other superstars to form a super team of his own. How many would he have won? Kobe's killer instinct and flawless skill set will make him the best player on any super team he's formed. When compared to LeBron James, his greatest rival in the modern era. Kobe's 5 rings for the Lakers stands out more. He never left his team, sticking through it even when Shaq was traded. All he needed was a big man to help him rebound and defend with an inside presence. And he won 2 more. LeBron James actually formed a powerhouse super team with Dwayne Wade, a top 3 player at that time, and Chris Bosh. If Kobe teams up with Garnett or Dirk Nowitzki, Kobe will certainly have many more rings. #3, great teammates but not top 50 except Shaq. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen to form the best defensive duo in history. LeBron James had Dwayne Wade and Kyrie Irving to take the big shot and be the alpha scorers on his team. Magic Johnson had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the most consistent player in NBA history, with the most unstoppable move ever. But Kobe had Shaq for 4 years, but was left to find his way after Shaq was traded. He managed to have Paul Gasol, a great player, but not close to the likes of Dwayne Wade and Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan had the luxury of playing with Scottie Pippen throughout his career route to 6 titles. LeBron had Dwayne Wade and Bosh, then later joined the terrific Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. Of course, Magic always had a great team with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and James Worthy. No matter what support case Kobe had he was always the main premier player and the man who took the biggest shot in the game. Once Shaq left the Los Angeles Lakers, he never had the best overall team in the league, yet managed to win back-to-back titles. Alright, it says right here, Kobe Bryant has some amazing achievements in his career, including a legendary 81 points performance and countless game-winning basket that provide iconic moment in NBA history. But perhaps the greatest achievement in Kobe's career are his 5 NBA titles. Listen. So it says right here. It says to the surprise of many, Kobe Bryant didn't. It says to the surprise of many, Kobe Bryant didn't crack the top 5 of the list, as he was ranked ninth. On the ESPN list, they had Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, and Magic Johnson in the top 5. Considering what Kobe has accomplished in his career, he's certainly deserving of being in the top 5 of the greatest of all time. Seeing all of the Lakers on the list was great, but many considered Kobe to be the greatest Laker of all time, and the only one was above was Shaquille O'Neal in the top 10. Since the last few years, Kobe's career were riddled with injuries and on bad teams. He might have saw himself drop a bit on the list. However, Bryant is one of the few players in the history of the NBA that any fan will feel comfortable taking the last shot. While it's very hard to compare eras in the NBA, Bryant won 5 championships after the Jordan era came to an end. Facts, by the way. One can debate about who the greatest of all time is forever a bit. Here are 3 reasons why Kobe is a top 5 player of all time. Next, amazing defender. One of the very underrated thing about Kobe Bryant was his ability to be one of the best defensive players on the court. While Bryant's reputation is for being one for the best scorer of all time, he might be one of the best wing defenders of all time too. While Bryant never won Defensive Player of the Year award, he won the NBA All Defensive Team 12 times. Only Tim Duncan has been named to more All Defensive Teams in his career, but Bryant was not nominated to more first teams than Duncan in the category. Bryant is currently tied with Michael Jordan, Kevin Garnett, and Gary Payton for the most all-defensive first teams. That is certainly some elite company to be compared with a great indication of how good Bryant was on the end of the court. Without a doubt, Bryant's elite ability on the defensive end made him one of the best two-way player of all time. The only thing is that defensive wins championships, and Bryant certainly was a great player on that end. But anyway, if you guys enjoy why Kobe Bryant is the greatest player, it's the greatest of all time. Drop a like on this video, help the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to my channel. I'll leave my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok down below in the description. And I'll see you guys later. Have a great night. Stay safe, and always stay positive. Big boy Facts Johnny, and I'm out of here.